showed us what they're capable of. I'm looking forward to seeing more. The Flames had to battle through their win against Bendigo, but they got there in the end as we go through the starting fives from these sides. And this Perth team has looked increasingly more impressive over the last week or so.
They certainly have, and why would they change their starting five? You just wouldn't. There's no need.
Absolutely no, and there's a bit of power off the bench as well that we've seen, who have all been able to get involved, but Katie Ebzery and Darcy Garvin will lead the way after being named in the team of the round, which was announced a little earlier on, just after Super Sunday. As for the Sydney Uni Flames, they are sitting in 7th at the moment, 3-7 on the Chemist Warehouse WNBL table. Lauren Mansfield and Alison Schwagmeyer-Belger have been the leading players in the guard position. Annalie Maley's been a standout in the front court, but no Lauren Scherf in the starting five tonight. That's the big talking point, Michelle.
Yeah, interesting, but I'm not surprised at all. And I think that is a good decision from Coach Hibbert, just from a defensive perspective. I really think that Scherf is going to struggle to defend, I guess, Kayla Steindl or Darcy Garvin. So I think that's a really good decision, and she's on the front foot now.
So, Michelle, what can we expect from the game tonight? Perth have won the 3 games in a row. The Sydney Uni Flames were on a bit of a losing streak, but managed to snap that on the weekend with a win against the Bendigo Spirit. What kind of contest do you expect tonight in Townsville?
Look, I think it'll be really close. I'm hoping it's really close, but I think it will be. But I think in the end, Perth will just be too strong. They're really flying high at the moment, playing some really good basketball, and when their bench comes in, they're still pretty strong. So it's going to be a tough night for Sydney, but I'm hoping it's really close.
Courtside for us tonight in Townsville is Brayden Hesselhurst. He'll be watching everything from the sideline. Brayden, Perth, their confidence must be high. 3 games, 3 wins in a row, but Sydney hoping to get their first winning streak of the season as well. What's the vibe like at Townsville tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, Perth are really confident after their 3 straight wins, and especially behind the play of their dynamic duo and Katie Ebzery and especially Darcy Garvin, who's been on absolute fire lately. And Sydney sort of on the other end of the ladder at the moment, really struggling despite that win against Sydney. So looking to mix up the starting 5 with Christina Bogue coming in. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out, guys.
Thank you, Brayden. Brayden Hesselhurst with us at Townsville Stadium on the sideline with us throughout the course of the evening. Last time these sides met back in round number 3, Michelle, it was one of the closest results of the season. Sydney winning by 7 points. It was a close game all game long. Funda Nakasoglu scored 27 points, and Annalie Maley had her 20-rebound game, which was just unbelievable. You reckon we'll get some good individual performances like that again tonight?
Well, I hope so. Like, what's not to love about 20 boards in a game? That's fantastic. And then, like, the Nakasoglu, she was the difference, and it was a 3-point percentage, so 54% for Sydney as opposed to 25% from Perth. So, and she shot 4 from 5, Nakasoglu, from the 3-point line. So she was outstanding, and let's hope that we can see that kind of thing again.
You just saw the officials go up at the bottom of your screen. Kylie Voboden, Jackie Dover and Danica Jolly are the 3 in charge tonight. The first time there's been a trio of female officials in a WNBL match, Michelle, which is fantastic.
It's always good to see, and in a hub, yes, it's fantastic to see 3 females. It very rarely happens normally, but it's great to see in the hub as well. So I'm sure they're going to officiate well because it's an all-female.
Absolutely. The matchups tonight, plenty of great players across the court. You look at Maley, obviously, and then Mansfield and Schwagmeyer-Belger for Sydney, and we've seen Garvin and Ebzery performing so well for Perth. Which are the matchups you're looking forward to?
You know, I'm actually, and this is out of the box, because I'm looking forward to the board beasts going head-to-head. So that's Alex Sharp and Annalie Maley. That's my board. That's my board. That's my board.
So Perth have the chance to put together a 4-game winning streak with the win tonight, which will be one of the biggest across all of the season for all teams, and the Flames looking to get back-to-back wins for the first time in this campaign. They've got it here as Bogue tries to drive to the bucket, has it denied off her, and Perth will go down the other end through Ebzery. Mansfield's checking her close, looking for Garvin, who was just caught off balance against Burton.
Yeah, she was just busy directing traffic and not quite ready for that pass. And it'll settle down, but it's not nice to start off with a turnover straight up.
So Mansfield will bring it down the floor. Bailey back to Mansfield. Lovely little behind the back crossover. And she dips inside the paint as well. Now to Bode. Back to Mansfield again. Over the top to Burton. Looking for the in off the backboard, but wouldn't go. So both sides still scoreless for the first minute.
But that's really good from Burton to post up like that and take it back to the basket move, going on the attack.
Here's Chabatoni inside to Garvin, who found some space under the rack. Gets her first points of the night, Darcy Garvin.
And that's a beautiful cut to the basket. If you cut that hard, you will get the ball.
Schwagmeyer-Belger. Out to Mansfield, who pulls up just before the free throw line. Unable to go as Chabatoni pulls it down. Now Ebzery, one out in the front court and has it stripped off her. Just lost the grip.
So that looked like they were trying to isolate Ebzery on Mansfield. She does have a height difference, so if they keep going to that, Sydney are going to have to do something else.
Schwagmeyer-Belger over the top to Mansfield. Through the corner, Steindl checking her. Comes back out to Burton, who has a free look at it in plenty of space on the perimeter. But again, that one's off the iron and out.
And this is a good matchup, Chabatoni and Schwagmeyer-Belger.
She's had a lot of possessions off the board. Chabatoni already. Here she is, quick passing around the edge from Perth. From the corner, Garvin couldn't make it go, but well done by Perth. Off the O-boards, tapped it out.
Smart from Kayla Steindl there.
Chabatoni opened up a bit of space. She sent Schwagmeyer-Belger the wrong way. Couldn't get it to drop through.
But that was really good ball movement from Perth, and if they can make the defence shift like they just did before, that is perfect.
Very close, Chabatoni. Good tempo to start.
So they've gone into a zone here, zone from a baseline.
From outside, Sharp. Not so good on that attempt. Maley. Vogue out to Schwagmeyer-Belger. Sees a path near the baseline. She puts it up. Good looks from both sides at either end, but just the one bucket to speak of so far.
Yeah, they're not bad shots. Like, I'm not looking going, oh, that's a bad shot. They're taking good shots. They're just not dropping.
Sharp, very impressive in her debut WNBL season. Chabatoni almost gets it wedged in there.
So there's Sharp and Maley, those two board beasts going for it there. Unfortunately, Sharp just got into her back a little bit.
Both standing at 185 centimetres, Alex Sharp and Annalie Maley. Schwagmeyer-Belger, great spin move through the paint, has it denied at the last second.
She does love that spin move, so I'm sure that will be on that, would have been on the scout for Perth, how to defend that.
Kayla Steindl there swatting that one down. The inbound for Sydney in the navy blue. Burton from the corner flushes that one in.
They almost seem happy for Burton to take those shots. They're leaving it very free.
First points for Nat Burton, first points for Sydney, and Burton's playing her 150th game in the WNBL tonight. Congrats to Nat Burton. Here goes Perth at their offensive end. Steindl.
That almost looked like a bit of a travel to me, that she moved her grounded foot.
Seconds off the inbound. Quick movement out to the far corner. And there's another rebound for Annalie Maley. She comes charging back the other way. Christina Bogue in the starting five tonight. Mansfield from range. Bounces off the iron. And now Ebzery down the other ends. Chabatoni free. It'll be a long two.
They're getting very free, these players. They're going to have to up the D and get a hand to those shots.
That was a nice crossover from Mansfield. Opens up some space. Still can't convert.
And Mansfield shoots from the field at 36.3. So eventually you've got to keep taking that shot and it will start going down.
She's been clinical from the free throw line this season as well, Lauren Mansfield. 11 from 12 and then 25. That's three-pointers. 25 from 65 three-pointers for the season. 38%.
And she's actually their highest scorer as well per game, 12.6 points.
Steindl. Clark's on the floor here. Going in, can't put it down. And Clark on for Alex Sharp. Here's Lauren Scherf. Off to Schwagmeyer-Belger. Scherf again. Does like a look at a three-pointer. She'll pull up instead for the mid-two. Maley with the putback. Gets it.
And that's really hard when two players box out as well as Perth did then, and there's one player that just didn't box out and they get an easy rebound.
It's Taya Burrows stepping inside, trying to manoeuvre around Schwagmeyer-Belger, and she did it wonderfully well, Taya Burrows. In off the glass for two.
Good to see from the youngster. They've got to pay her some respect. The girl can play.
Schwagmeyer-Belger again through the traffic, out to Maley from the corner. Makes that one work as well, long 2 points. Now Burrows around the back. That was slick. Ebzery. With the skipper to the baseline. Quick passing. Burrows just lost it, had a hand in there.
And Burrows should have taken that shot. Perth's ball movement is outstanding.
Schwagmeyer-Belger over the shoulder, gets that one to go in. Ebzery again off the Garvin screen, found the space. It's been a bright start for both teams, up tempo. No, the scoring ability to put it in hasn't always been there in the first half of this first quarter, but it's in general play, it's been great to watch so far.
Sure, and once Ebzery is taking it that hard to the rack, she's really difficult to stop, and if she keeps doing that, Mansfield will have to watch her fouls.
Ebzery from the free throw line, and Brayden Hesselhurst is with us in Townsville. Brayden.
Yeah, guys, Funda Nakasoglu's come back on for Sydney for her first minutes of the game today. And last time these two players, along with Annalie Maley, she really tore apart the Perth Lynx with 27 points off the bench when Lauren Mansfield went off with some early foul trouble. So I'm sure that'll be a focus for Ryan Patrick, trying to keep Nakasoglu quiet tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brayden. Good steal there from Perth. Eisenbarger has created this offensive end. Little step around in the corner for Perth is good.
Yeah, I can just see Perth are going to bust out, I think, here if they don't get covered on that exterior. The ball movement that they've got going on there is just getting them so free.
That match that Brayden spoke about, 27 points for Nakasoglu, by far her best return this season. Next best after that was 14 points. Burrows into the corner again. Ebzery scored from here last time. Muscles her way through the middle. Eisenbarger bounces out. Mansfield against Burrows. Needs a bit of help to get around the youngster. Now Maley. Called a travel on Annalie Maley.
Yeah, she often just drags that foot when she makes moves like that, and it happens quite often. She lifts it as she tries to make her move.
Burrows. Garvin. Now Eisenbarger from the corner. Look at a three-point shot. He is good for Emma Clark. Doesn't hit the three that often. 4 from 32 attempts heading into tonight's game, but that was clean.
Well, if there's any time to pick that up, it's tonight, Jordan.
Nakasoglu driving to the line. Mansfield clocked down at 5. Has to find something here. Mansfield pops it up. Not a bad effort, actually. Just unlucky on the bounce. Clark drops it in over the top for Garvin. Gets it around, right hand layup is good.
You just can't help but feel Perth, they have the momentum here and they just might break loose.
Out to a 5-point margin. Mansfield. Lovely low pass inside to Carly Bogue. Around the back again, Lauren Mansfield, and once more with the pass. She found Bogue. Bogue can't find the net. Claps her hands in frustration. Carly Bogue, that was a nice move created by Lauren Mansfield.
Yeah, and often when Mansfield gets it and she is ball handling, she's ball handling but not really going anywhere. She needs to attack the players, attack the basket more so than just fiddling around and over dribbling at the top.
Ebzery flings it over the top. Eisenbarger has the look, bounces off the iron. So the Flames down the other end. Scherf. Nakasoglu gets the screen from Scherf, puts it up, airs it out the back. Just kept in for a moment.
She's got that one out of the way now, so the rest will be good. Whoa. And just needed to wait a couple more seconds, Scherf, before she passed that back into Kira Rowe. Just still out of court, she caught it. And that's a mistake that shouldn't happen, not at WNBL level.
It's Clark. It's picked away by Sydney, well done. Carly Bogue now to Nakasoglu. Reset at the point, 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Schwagmeyer-Belger, just static for the time being. Now she makes the drive to the inside, weaving her way through the traffic cones and gets the 2 points.
There's a nice move from Schwagmeyer-Belger.
Final play of the first quarter. Here's Ebzery. Out to Eisenbarger with the look. Doesn't get the rebound in off the glass. Chabatoni a bit late with the shot. That ends the first quarter. So a low scoring term, 13-10 on the scoreboards, Michelle Gubbles. But that was entertaining actually in general play. Both sides playing very up-tempo end-to-end basketball. And
they're taking the right shots, both teams, but they're just not dropping. So, you know, as I talk about weathering the storm, they've got to do that. And Perth 3 points up right now. I'm loving their ball movement, absolutely loving their ball movement. They're getting penetration, they're dishing it out, they're getting the extra pass, and it's just really pretty basketball from Perth. Having said that, Sydney aren't doing anything wrong. I think they can get more movement of the ball, find that open man, just like Perth are doing, and they'll, you know, it's still a ball game.
First year head coach Ryan Petrick.
Again, you are into the body. There's no negotiation on that. We've been doing that now for 9 weeks. We can't keep making that same mistake. Again, other than that, pace of play in the first 3 minutes was Arctic. Could not have played any slower. If we give you guys a walk-up, we don't want to stop a fast break 4-on-2 into a half-court set that then turned into a turnover. We had a 4-on-2 fast break. Again, if we give you guys sets we want to execute, that's fine, but it's from a dead ball or from a walk-up after a score. It can't be from a fast break where we just stop. Our best chance of scoring again comes before the shot clock gets to 16. We are trying to hit early. Again, there's no one running to that corner. It's an automatic drag screen we're playing. Again, pace of play in the half court, way too slow in the first 5 or 6 minutes. Got to be quicker in the half court. Defensively, the super helper stuff, fine. If they make the odd one, we don't care. They make 10 in a row, we'll look at it. Let's go.
Links on 3, 1, 2, 3. Go, ladies.
Go.
Michelle, what did you make of Ryan Petrick's message?
I tend to agree with him. So he just wants the pace to be up just a bit more from Perth, and I get that. He called it Arctic, which means it was really frozen, really slow. So yeah, he needs that pace upped, and he said that they're better when they get a shot before it gets to 16. So they are looking for the early shot.
The snow references, glacial as well.
Well, in Melbourne it was almost snowing today, I think.
Brayden Hesselhurst was at the huddle as well for the Sydney Uni Flames. Brayden, what was Katrina Hibbert's message?
Yeah, the message was mostly focused on defense. Thought they switched off the ball, really not seeing the ball when they're guarding like someone on the perimeter. So mainly defense, and then offensively really wanted to attack the Perth bigs in that drop coverage in their pick and roll. So watch out for this in the second quarter.
Yeah, they let a couple of Perth players go free, didn't they, Michelle? Especially on that perimeter. A couple of long shots, maybe taken a bit too easily by the Lynx players.
Yeah, for sure. And they will start dropping, I have no doubt, for the Lynx. So Sydney are going to have to really watch that.
Spin move to the inside. Alex Chabatoni dragged that around, but couldn't put it in. Scoreless yet in the second term.
I didn't quite see it, so it's a offensive foul on Scherf, but I didn't see it close enough to kind of glaringly say that was, and I don't think Coach Hibbert thinks it was a foul.
Clark into Steindl. Trying to look for a gap. Decides to go with the jump shot. That's not a bad effort from Kayla Steindl. She thought all her avenues had closed down. Decided to fling it up, and she made it count.
And she can shoot from outside really well, so you don't want Steindl getting hot.
Nakasoglu into Scherf. Doesn't get it back. Scherf hustling her way inside the mid-range too.
And that was a dribble going nowhere from Scherf. An absolute dribble going nowhere. If you're going to take that, you've got to take it hard.
Sharp got the rebounds. Here's Steindl. Chabatoni. Now Darcy Garvin. Here's Sharp, puts it up, gets the 2 points. Her first score of the night.
And it was almost identical to Steindl's the time before.
Long range effort from Nakasoglu. Skins out. Schwagmeyer Belger. Scherf backing up at the post against Garvin. Did well on the turn.
And that's what I'm liking about this WNBL season more so than any other. They're liking dishing it into the post, back to the basket moves, high-low action, which we don't see a lot of in a normal season.
Big look from Perth went awry. Schwagmeyer Belger spins off for Sharp guards, and then she goes to ground, Alex Sharp.
Yeah, and you've got to understand that she's going to penetrate and then spin back to that left hand. It is her trademark move, and she does it so often, Schwagmeyer Belger.
It's a good move, puts a little contact on the body as well, tries to sort of just a little shove out of the way, opens up half a yard before spinning to the other side.
And that's where she is best, Schwagmeyer Belger. She hasn't been shooting from the three-point line very, very well. So she's at 8 from 48 at 16.7%. So she is better. Her field goal percentage is 32.7. So she is better taking it inside, getting shots within the three-point line.
Chabatoni over the top, Sharp. Mansfield into the corner. Here's Rowe, bounces away. Now Ebzery driving back the other way for Perth. Chabatoni, a high shot and got it back in.
Call that a pass. That was a pass from Chabatoni, wasn't it?
Yep.
Let's give it the benefit of the doubt.
Smart over the basket pass to Sharp, who now gets her 100 points for the season. Came in on 96, Alex Sharp, so brings up the ton for WNBL 2020. And that's a good look as well from Lauren Scherf.
She's taken some good shots, getting herself into the game, and that's what they need to do.
Garvin decides to go at herself. Well won back by Sharp. That's a good pass as well to find Ebzery. Came charging back the other way. Steindl, Sharp, Garvin.
And Chabatoni does that so well when she takes it to the basket. She does put that body on body and does get a lot of and ones.
Second personal foul. Substitution for the Flames. Number 24 is Emily. Further substitution this time for the Lynx. Number 20 is Ashley Eisenberger. She gives Carla Steindl a break.
She shoots at 75% from the free throw line, so that's pretty good. That's acceptable. You'd put her at the line if you were in the bonus.
Good visit from Alex Chabatoni. 6-point leads. Taya Burrows back on.
She's playing some good minutes for them, Taya Burrows.
Here's Maley. Inside to Scherf, double team, kicks it out. Rowe with the look, she drops that in from 3-point range.
And Kira Rowe can make that shot. She struggled a bit this WNBL season, but she definitely can make that shot if you give her a step off.
Ebzery looking for the pass inside to Eisenberger, got it back. Ebzery for 3. Bounces up and over the top of the backboard.
I'm loving watching Sharp and Ali Maley going for those boards.
Yeah, she's earned herself many plaudits this season, Annalie Maley, for her rebounding ability.
Yeah, she averages 11.1, so she leads the league at her 6-foot height. She leads the league in rebounds.
And now Sydney all of a sudden back into 1 point. They've always been in touching distance. On a 5-point scoring run at the moment. Garvin, very familiar 3-point range for her after the weekend's win against Adelaide.
Yeah, Garvin's just struggling to score a bit. She's got 4 points for the game.
2 from 5 attempts from all distances. Darcy Garvin, that's a good effort from Lauren Scherf. 3 points for the big front quarter.
And you know, sometimes when you don't start one of your normal starters and then you bring them in from the bench, they can do what Lauren Scherf is doing to them now, is doing to Perth now. So she's up to 4 points, is it? No, she's got more than that. 7 points. So 7 points for Scherf, and you know, that's really good for her. And you know, that's a mix of inside, outside, back to the basket, 3-pointers. So she's got it all going on. So Perth are going to have to look at that.
Yeah, look at some punches, even step-ups into a roll down or a pop. All right, Lauren, particularly with the pop. All right, Nat, see where you roll, but even just keep looking at your mid-range stuff, Nat. All right, that's a good shot. Wave your defence there. Hey, be ready for a zone of some sort. Where you ball over there. All right, whether it's just stay on hand, I think it's working. I don't want to change it up because every time I change it up, they make a 3. All right, so again, you've got 2, so you've got to be smart with her and help her. She's got Taya. So you stay on Katie. You stay on Sharpie. Box out. You guys get your match.
Keep rolling here, Blue.
We're winning the balls and we're patient offensively. We're not taking rushes shots. We are.
Play. What are you doing, Blue? Keep it up.
Bit of feedback, positive reinforcement as well from Katrina Hibbert. What was the crux of the message there, Michelle?
Yeah, she's pretty happy. She's going to look for Laura Mansfield setting picks and then popping for that shot, because Laura Mansfield can knock that down. But she's expecting Perth to come out in a zone now, but she's not going to change her D because she's pretty happy with how things are happening at the moment.
Ryan Petrick's side's conceding the lead a few minutes ago. Brayden Hesselhurst was listening. Brayden, what was Ryan saying in that timeout break?
Yeah, just thought their offensive execution had gone a bit of astray. Said that they allowed Lauren Scherf just to sit in the keyway, really wanted to get her involved in as many actions as possible, included stagger screens, on-ball screens, and all that sort of stuff, and really attack their bigs as we just see there. So some offensive execution was the message from Coach Ryan Petrick in that timeout.
3 points from Katie Ebzery. Gets Perth the lead back. Good offensive rebound from Rowe. Oh, Lauren Mansfield's coughed that one straight up. Straight into the hands of Darcy Garvin. And now Katie Ebzery skipping around, feeds it into Burrows, who kisses it in off the window.
Perfect, yeah. Sydney are going to have to up their defence now. Maybe man-to-man's not the best option for them right at this moment.
Sidestep from Rowe. Scherf. Just wanting to give it away to Maley, who is way out of position. One-on-one with Burrows.
So that's an offensive foul on Annalie Maley there, which I think is fair enough. She just got a bit frustrated with Taya Burrows getting an arm on her and, yeah, pushed her off. So it was a fair foul, I think, and good job Taya Burrows for getting across there.
Three fouls for the quarter for Sydney. Ebzery, Chabatoni, and now Kayla Steindl. Clark from the stripe, pulls up. Good look at the shot. Just offline again. Now it's Nakasoglu. Rowe avoiding the hands, trying to pinch it away from her. She did very well. Kira Rowe managed to get around Darcy Garvin, and the 2 points are good.
Beautiful move, and she needs to look at doing that more. She can be an impact player.
Good pass into the corner from Chabatoni.
Oh, that was a beautiful fake the pass and just kept it.
Brilliant three from Emma Clark.
Yes.
And a lot of attempts from three-point range, Perth. That's just the third of 15 for the night. That's a good one as well, and a great feed out into the corner.
And the thing, Burton there was anticipating that, you know, the extra pass, and so that was just really smart from Clark to fake that and then take that shot.
29-25, 4-point lead for the Perth Lynx. We've seen the score and the lead be shared between both sides in this second quarter. Katrina Hibbert.
All right. Write this possession down. Let's go figure it, Lauren. All right, now they're icing everything. So make sure we get to our three. So when we run pistol, it's a great job getting on the rim, recognizing it, but they're jumping really high. So as soon as they jump, try and snake it. If not, keep penetrating base. We need to have somebody in the corner. All right, look at your skips and then kick it on. If not, run some pistol pass. All right, reverse it and see if you can't get some jam screens. Here we go. Right, slow down. And Lauren, be strong. Spot up off the ball, inside out. Here we are.
Katrina Hibbert's message at the timeout, Michelle Gubbles.
Yeah, well, she was talking about Perth are icing everything. So when she talks about icing, it's on a side pick and roll. So they're trying to keep it out of the centre and trying to drive the ball away from the screen. So she's very aware of that.
Soglu in a dead end. Just got it back before the halfway line. Now Maley into Scherf.
And that was really smart from Chabatoni, doubling down on Scherf there.
Katie Ebzery, that the other way, pulls up for two. Maley again in there, quick as a flash, getting the rebounds. Out to Scherf with a long look, and she gets the knockdown for 3.
She is hurting them badly from inside and outside.
Chabatoni with the look for the response. It was very high, almost went in off the backboard though. Nakasoglu had a quick peer up for a 3-point shot, decided to go with the lay-in and put back from Scherf. She was just moved out of the way.
And Scherf averages 10.9 points per game. She's already at 10 and we're in the second quarter. So she is really hurting him. And 2 threes from outside. She shoots that at 38.1. So she's the whole kit and caboodle now, and that is tough to defend.
Lauren Scherf didn't start tonight, but she's played just over 14 minutes now in the first half, compared to Carly Bogue, who's played just the 4, who took her place in the starting 5. So it's being utilised anyway.
Yeah, it's beginning to look like that was a really good move from Coach Hibbert.
Both free throws giving Sydney the lead back with 1.5 minutes left in the first half. Chemist Warehouse WNBL season. Ebzery kicks it out. Gives it to Steindl. 3-point attempts. It's close, but no cigar. And now Annalie Maley. Nakasoglu into the corner here for Rowe. Looked good since coming on. A lot of minutes off the bench. Kira Rowe as well. Almost 12 minutes on the floor as Nakasoglu drives into the bucket. Annalie Maley was the one who went toppling over.
She topples over a lot going for those boards. She goes so hard, but that one was Ebzery coming over the top, just whacking it out, which was a smart move because otherwise she would have had another board to her name.
Yep, sometimes you just have to give away those kinds of fouls.
Yeah, I think it was smart.
Inbound from Rowe. And
That's really unfortunate. And Coach Hibbert told Annalie Maley to do that, to go out, go inside and then just duck around. And if it came off, that would have been fantastic. But unfortunately, the pass was a bit wayward.
Ebzery being trapped in a dead end. Just fed it out to Steindl. Clark coming around from the wings.
Yeah, they've switched that. That's a big mismatch when you got Nakasoglu on Steindl, and that's really smart.
Steindl with a great height advantage on Funda Nakasoglu. Here's Rowe, Maley looking for a pump pass. 3-point shot. Goes a miss. 1-point lead for Perth.
And Maley's only 1 from 17 from the 3-point line, so maybe that's not quite your shot right now, 5.9%. So maybe try something different, Maley, offensively.
Good pass into the corner and flung back immediately for Clark. A block at the bucket though from Scherf. As Clark hit the floorboards.
Number 8, Kira Rowe, her first personal foul.
I think Lauren Scherf might have thought that was on her from her face, but on Kira Rowe instead.
Substitution for the Lynx, number 20 is Ashley Eisenberger.
Sydney have outscored Perth in this quarter, 20-18 at this stage.
This is Emma Clark.
Second one's a good one for Emma Clark. 78% from the free throw line this season. 8 seconds to go in the second quarter.
A hands foul is called on number 33. Kayla Steindl, her second personal foul.
So 2 on Steindl and 2 on Sharp, but there's no one really in any foul trouble 2 on Mansfield.
In favour of the Perth Lynx.
So 32-30. It's been a good first half, very close, which is exactly what you want. Even with these sides out of the finals race, Michelle, they're still putting on a show, and Perth have said that they want to affect the finals in any way they can. Obviously that can't be done tonight, but they do have a game against Canberra coming up as their final game of the season. But it's been a competitive match though.
It has, and you know, it's just like Flames just need to keep their turnovers down a bit, but it's, yeah, you still want to get something out of your season. You know, and say season's over, we're done and dusted. No, they need to get something out of the season. So one, they want to beat Perth and get on the same win-loss record as them, and kind of say, hey, maybe we just had some unlucky losses like Perth did, and you know, we can still make this look good for us.
Yep. That's the other thing with Perth as well. They've had a lot of close losses this season. So those games go the other way, and they could be, you know, mixing it with the likes of Townsville and the Boomers around that 7-win mark, 8-win mark.
Yeah, for sure. Their season would have looked so different, and I think it was about 4 games where they had really close losses, and to top teams. 3 of them were top teams as well.
They were able to convert that one though on the weekend against Adelaide, one of the games of the season. But close losses in the last 2 or so weeks against Canberra and Sydney as well. Going back to their last meeting, 7-point difference. Unable to convert there as the first half comes to a close. It has been a close game. Perth 32, Sydney 30. At the half. Michelle, what did you make of the first half? That was decent basketball. Not all the shots went in, but in general play and the tempo of the game, it's competitive all the way through.
Yeah, I think it was patchy at times. So there was some good offense, there was some good defense by both teams, but it wasn't consistent. I actually think Nat Burton has done a fabulous job on Garvin, you know, keeping her to 4 points, I think it is at this stage. So, you know, that's an awesome job, but you can't help but get that feeling that Garvin is going to, you know, bust out in the second half. But look, you know, they've done a good job, both teams. I really, really do like Perth's ball movement. I think they need to keep up with that ball movement, and their pass is a crisp, extra pass, get those shots away, and they'll start dropping.
6 rebounds in that first half for Alex Sharp, and she's on the court with Brayden Hesselhurst.
Yeah, Alex, seems like the boards is really a focus for your team, especially yourself, going up against the Flames, and in particular Annalie Maley. How much of a focus was that for you guys?
It was a huge emphasis for us coming into this game. We knew Maley's scout was keep her off the boards and we'll keep her out of the game, so we've got to keep focused on that because she's on it for 40 minutes. So coming into the second half, we're going to keep that focus for sure.
And riding a 3-game winning streak, what do you guys need to do in this second half to get the win?
Just keep up our momentum, just keep moving the ball and playing our game fast pace, communicate better on defense, and I think we can be able to, you know, keep pushing this win.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you, Brayden. Brayden Hesselhurst on the sideline with Alex Sharp. So at the half-time, it is a 2-point lead for the Perth Lynx. They won the first quarter 13-10, and then Sydney got them by 1 point, 20-19 in the second quarter. Jordan Canellis and Michelle Gubbles with you. Michelle, as we have a look at these Chemist Warehouse highlights, what were some of the biggest moments from the first half?
Look, it would be remiss of me not to if I don't mention Lauren Scherf. You know, she has really been the difference for Sydney, scoring outside, scoring inside, getting boards, and if she can keep that up in the second half, she'll go a long way to getting Sydney the win.
The battle of the point guards. Katie Ebzery, as always, is sort of leading things, I guess, as a point guard does, but certainly she does it to a much higher level than almost most other players in the competition, and will be in the Opals mix for the Olympics. And then at the other end, Lauren Mansfield has created a little bit. Alison Schwagmeyer-Belger in the off-guard position has been very good, driving through the paint and those little spin moves that we made a point of in the first half. What have you made of the guard battle?
Look, I think it's pretty even actually between Ebzery and Mansfield. I do like the penetration more of Ebzery. I just think, you know, she goes somewhere and she makes something happen so that, and she's not looking at it because she's only got 1 assist, but it's because they're getting that extra pass. So she doesn't get the assist because it doesn't go directly to a shooter. So I do like that. And I just think Mansfield, when she's got the ball, she needs to, you know, do something with it, be really precise rather than dribbling, going nowhere and just kind of, yeah, on the spot. She's got to take a leaf out of Ebzery's book and penetrate, go somewhere and make things happen for her team.
And then in general for the Perth Lynx, does it look cohesive? Does it look as cohesive as what most of their games in their 3 winning streak that they've just come off? Has it been as coherent as all that?
I think that when Darcy Garvin is not firing, it's hard to see that Perth, because she plays so many minutes as well, it's hard to see that Perth is, you know, coherent, I guess, as their previous games. But if she breaks out, then we'll be going, oh wow, look at this. But Burton's done a brilliant job on her.
Numbers are very even, but the 3-pointers is a point of difference, I guess. 3 from 17 for Perth, just 18%, and 3 as well for Sydney, but they've had fewer looks from the 3-point line.
Yeah, and the turnovers is an issue for Sydney too, because they've got 8 at the moment. 8 is too much because you're going to end up with 16, and 16 is way too many for a game. But that's what they sit around. Both these teams sit around about 15, 16 for a game, and it really is too high.
Lauren Scherf is the only player in double digits for points. She has the 12 in the first half, and after not being named in the starting 5, Michelle, she's played the most minutes on the floor for a Sydney Uni Flames player with just under 16, and she's been a key for Sydney so far, both inside and also shooting from 3-point range.
She hasn't just been a key, she's been the key. So if she can continue that in the second half, but I have no doubt that Ryan Petrick is now in the change rooms working out what they are going to do to stop Lauren Scherf. And it's not just inside that you have to stop her, it's outside as well.
Yep, and the 5 rebounds to go along with the shooting, 2 from 3 from 3-point range. How do you? What is the best matchup? Because Perth they've got bigs, but they don't have a forward who is as big physically as Lauren Scherf. So what is the matchup?
I'd almost put Darcy Garvin on her just because Darcy's got that length. If she's going to shoot from the 3, she's got that length. But maybe they could even switch inside because Steindl could guard her as well. So, but hasn't quite got that physicality that Darcy Garvin has, you know, the lateral movement and the quickness to guard her. So it's an interesting one, and maybe they're just going to need to try and fiddle with things just to see where they end up.
So this match doesn't have any implications for the top 4. The game that we saw earlier tonight did, with the Melbourne Boomers getting the win over the Adelaide Lightning, and there'll be matches all through this week, the final round of the Chemist Warehouse WNBL season, with games coming at you every day up until Sunday. You've gone through and run through all the different machinations and permutations, Michelle, on what the top 4 can look like. So what are we looking at? What are the ones that you've picked out that you're most curious about? Okay, look, I love looking at this stuff too. And so today I was having a look, and there is a possibility, and I'm saying a possibility, not a probability. So a possibility, it could happen. A probability is it probably will happen. So this is just a possibility that the UC Caps, the Melbourne Boomers and the Southside Flyers can all end up on a 10-3 win-loss record. So if that happens, the splits become really important. And before people at home going, what about Townsville and what about Adelaide? They cannot, neither of those teams can end up on a 10-3 win-loss record. Okay, the best they can get is 9-4. So if they all end up on those 10-3 win-loss records, it goes to a split. Okay, so for those who don't know what the split is, so the split is a head-to-head between 2 teams. So the Caps actually have the split against the Boomers. So the Caps beat the Boomers by 17 and the Boomers beat the Caps by 6. So therefore 17 is a higher amount, so therefore the Caps have that split. But that's an 11-point split for the Caps. Yep. Absolutely. So, but then the Boomers have the split against the Flyers, which
makes things very interesting, and that's by 2 points.
Which was a point at the end of the last game that we saw on Sunday, the Southside against the Melbourne Boomers, and Liam Santamaria, who was on the call, was making a great point of it at the end, because Southside only needed 2 points at the end of the match to level the split, and a 3 to win, to get that split, and therefore get the ladder position on the Boomers. So that was kind of crucial that they didn't actually convert the split, Southside.
Yeah, and it was really interesting because they actually played their bench a bit to the Southside Flyers. It looked like they weren't actually worried about the split at all. It was really interesting to watch. But the Boomers now have that over the Flyers. And the Townsville Fire actually have the split over the Caps. So if it comes down to the Boomers, not getting that 10-3 and getting a 9-4 with Townsville, then Townsville will end up over the top of the Boomers. So it's so interesting. Anything could happen here.
What are the chances of the Adelaide Lightning? So we saw them early tonight. They lost. They had 4 games. They got 3 now after tonight's match, and the loss against the Melbourne Boomers. But it is still possible by a slim chance that they can make the top 4, the Lightning.
Yeah, so then it comes down to Adelaide and Townsville. Okay, so Adelaide have 3 games to go. If they win all of those 3 and Townsville lose their remaining 2, it then puts them on the same win-loss record. And because Adelaide and Townsville only play once, which is next Friday, that would put Adelaide into the 4. So, like, these next few games, it is crucial. Like, you got to bring your A game, otherwise, you could end up like the Flyers. Technically, could end up with all of these splits. They could end up 3rd if it goes to a 10-3, win-loss record. It's so interesting. I love this stuff.
Bendigo, Townsville, and Sydney are the 3 teams that Adelaide have left. So yes, as you said, Townsville are the team they're in direct competition with. Townsville are the side that, because of the fixture reshuffle, the team that they only play once. So if they win that game, then they could definitely make the finals. Brayden Hesselhurst is with us courtside in Townsville. The second half not far away. Brayden, what are you expecting to see here? Perth and Sydney, just a 2-point difference. What did you make of the first half, firstly?
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting first half, I think, with Sydney able to sort of keep with Perth. I thought Perth were going to break away midway through that second quarter when they started to get their offense right. But, really matched evenly at the moment. It'll be interesting to see who pans out as the winner in this second half. But just before we go back to the action, I wanted to give a massive shout out to the WNBL and the job the league did with the Lifeline round and raising awareness and everything for that, led by Southside Flyers captain Jenna O'Hay, and unfortunately felt the effects of it over the weekend with the loss of an extended family member on the weekend. So just wanted to give a shout out to that message, and now's not the time, despite the round being over, to stop that discussion and raise funds and everything for Lifeline Australia. So a big shout out to the Sharkey family in Newcastle, and just wanted to let them know my thoughts and everything are with them.
Absolutely, Brayden. No, thank you very much. And you're totally correct. You can still go to Lifeline and continue to donate. A great initiative that the WNBL and Jenna O'Hay put together for round number 4 Lifeline round. But you can, as Brayden said, continue to contribute to that. And that was, I thought the initiative was fantastic, Michelle.
Oh, it absolutely was. And, to bring it into the hub like they did as well, and just collectively get together and get behind it. There's no better way, and Jenna O'Hay, she's been a big advocate for it, so of course the league are going to get behind her. Well done, WNBL.
The finals series is only a week away as well. The tickets go on sale from tomorrow, 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, so the time for those in Queensland where the finals will be held in Townsville, but 1 p.m. For the rest of you on the East Coast. See some daylight time if you're planning on making the trip up to from New South Wales or from Victoria to Queensland or anywhere around Australia. All the borders are open now, so you can head on over, as our own Tracy Browning has done. I know you've been in contact with her, Michelle. Shout out to Tracy.
I'm sick of her. I'm going to block her if she sends me any more photos from Townsville. That's it. Done.
Rubbing it in. Back underway for the start of the second half. 2-point lead for the Perth Lynx. There's Garvin. Oh, it's a very high shot from Garvin. Overcooked that one. by a long way.
And I'm not really surprised to see that Lauren Scherf has started this half.
Yeah, got some wedges.
We've had a lot of wedges. Is it wedges or wedgies?
Wedgies, I think, is the term. We had 2, I reckon, on Sunday in the same game or in subsequent games.
Well, I'm assuming the ball's not flat because that's normally when it wedges like that. But, yeah, it has been a few.
Here's Scherf. Now Mansfield playing against her former side, the team that she left at the end of last season. And again, Lauren Mansfield driving to the inside, looking to float that one in. And crashing into the bodies underneath the bucket, couldn't make it go.
Although the shot wasn't great, but that's better, attacking the rim like she did then.
Chabatoni looking to do the same.
I think that's a foul on Darcy Garvin.
Darcy Garvin. Her first personal foul.
Somehow Darcy Garvin needs to get herself into this game.
Yeah, she's only had the 4 points and just the 2 rebounds tonight, Darcy Garvin. She's been rather quiet. As Annalie Maley puts that one in for 2. Darcy Garvin was the player of the round in round number 4 and as you'd expect, therefore named in the team of the round as well. She was phenomenal, capped off by that late, not quite a buzzer beater, but very late in the piece, 3-point winner against the Adelaide Lightning on Sunday.
Yeah, she was outstanding and certainly deserved that team of the week, as did Ebzery as well.
Chabatoni. Here is Ebzery, the captain, for 3. Scherf pulled it down, then lost the handle. Ebzery again. Gives it over the top to Garvin, and there are some points for Darcy Garvin.
And that's really smart from Ebzery, and that's one way to get your teammate into the game.
Mansfield flicks it over the top to Scherf. Sharp pulls it down.
It's a good rebound by Sharp.
Ebzery into the corner. Another rebound for Annalie Maley. Team of the round for round number 4 for, if you missed it, Liz Cambage, Ezzy Magbagor, Darcy Garvin, Lauren Nicholson and Katie Ebzery, with Darcy Garvin getting player of the round for the Lifeline round, which ended on Sunday.
Yeah, see, that's an easy shot from Burton. She should have made that.
Ebzery off the Steindl screen. Gave it back to Steindl. Now Garvin trying to work her way through the gap and a little deflection in there. Lost the grip.
See, Ebzery's really dangerous because she's got that penetration happening and you just don't know. She kind of holds it and then she just goes for it, and it's really hard to defend. Another offensive foul.
Offensive foul call on number 10, Katie Ebzery, her second personal foul.
A couple of fouls already being racked up here by Perth at the start of the 3rd quarter.
I think these female officials are doing a very good job today, Jordan, don't you think?
I'm not saying they're not there. I'm saying it's Perth's fault, maybe. They've been good, actually. They've been very good.
They have.
Not that that's a surprise at all. Sydney take the lead back, 2 points, Annalie Maley. Here's Sharp. Oh, that's good.
Nice job coming off the left and bringing it back to her right hand. It's not an easy thing to do.
Here's Scherf. Now Maley. Passing it around quick here, the Flames. Mansfield. You want to go herself. Maley with the O-board. Now to Schwagmeyer-Belger for 3 points. Alison Schwagmeyer-Belger makes it work.
Nice, and that, you know, just from Annalie Maley in there, getting that board and getting it back out, that you know, nice assist to Annalie Maley.
Yep, kept the play alive, as she's done numerous times this season. Shot clock already down to 5 here for Perth, so Sharp has a go. Couldn't connect that time. Here's Schwagmeyer-Belger again. Scherf, pass out, a little wayward, took a deflection as well, but wasn't going to reach Schwagmeyer-Belger either way.
So Sydney are now at 10 turnovers. On the other hand, Perth are at 7. So there's not a lot in it, but both teams, if they can just stop those turnovers, they'll be looking at a lot better.
Here's Burrows for Perth. Brayden Hesselhurst is with us courtside.
Yeah, guys, I think what you're seeing from the Perth offense is they're really focused on getting Lauren Scherf involved in every pick and roll action, and right now she's guarding Eisenberger and was guarding Steindl. So Darcy Garvin's not really involved in those pick and rolls and pick and pops, which she was getting the last few games and knocking those threes down from a high percentage. So be interesting to see if there's any adjustments there from Ryan Petrie, because right now Garvin's sort of being a decoy in that corner, guys.
Play alive there, Darcy Garvin. Ebzery for 3. Ricochets out. You've got a thought on that, Michelle?
The Taya Burrows or...
About what Brayden...
Oh, yeah, and look, and I think it's an interesting tact if you've got your potentially best player as a decoy. I'm not sure that's the right way to go, if that's a conscious thing that they're doing.
There was Garvin guarding Scherf. Got the rebound as well. Garvin again, running into a wall of navy blue.
It just looks like every time she gets it and goes to take it to the basket, they've got a body there, they've got good help D to stop her. It's been a few times that they've got a hand in and just knocked it clear from her.
Garvin. Ebzery for 2. It was a good pull-up. In traffic, couldn't make it go. Appealing to the officials.
Number 38 coming back to and number 8 to the Flames is Kira Rowe.
So Perth keep it. Look, Burton is doing such a good job. She's on Garvin. She's not offensively giving them much at all, Burton, but what she's doing and putting the blanket on Garvin is worth a truckload to Sydney.
Ebzery found the path through, got it in as well. Katie Ebzery. That was well done.
And that's that hesitation that she has. She looks like I'm not going, and then all of a sudden she's just got that firepower and that quick step, and you can't stop that.
Yeah, she sold Nat Burton up the creek. She went to move away to block off the pass, and then a little burst of acceleration after the hesi from Kate Ebzery.
I actually really love how Katie Ebzery plays. I'm sold on her this WNBL season, and I'm sure she's been like that all the other seasons, but I haven't seen as much of her as I have this season.
Mansfield, good feed inside. Burton couldn't quite get it back cleanly to Carly Bogue. Goes back and picks up the scraps. Now Mansfield for 3. Bounces off the hoop. I reckon Katie Ebzery, there's so many contenders, where's she in the pecking order for the starting point guard position for the Opals?
I think definitely she's in the running. You've also got Tess Madgen and Tessa Lavey as well, but I'm going out on a limb and I will say Katie Ray Ebzery will be in the team.
Yep.
For the Olympics. I just can't see how they can't do that. Sandy Brondello. She's going to text me, I bet, now.
Burton underneath the bucket.
And that's good from Burton, just trying to get herself into the game offensively.
News from the last 2 days that the Opals will have a training camp on the Gold Coast in January, so not far away now. They're getting all the proceedings ready pretty much after this season finishes, and then Christmas is done. Straight into training camp they go.
So this season finishes on the 20th, so they've got 2 weeks and then they're back in the Gold Coast. You spend 2 weeks with your family, have fun, and then after those 2 weeks they're back on the Gold Coast for another week of intensive training with Sandy Brondello. Another board for Annalie Maley.
Rowe into Burton and in off the backboard. That was nice from Burton.
And it was a beautiful take from Rowe, beautiful assist.
Executing that move on this occasion. Eisenbarger for 3. Haley there again to pat it down to Nakasoglu. Gets tripped up in the process. Still had possession for a little while longer. Maley diving in for it as well.
Well, body's going everywhere.
Dogged, combative stuff from both teams. First from Nakasoglu to keep fighting on, and then Maley and Garvin going at it together.
It was like someone put a bowling ball through and there were all the pins going everywhere. I think there were only 2 players standing in the end.
Yeah, Burton went in there first. There she goes. And then Garvin and Maley. Floor's going to need a proper wipe down after that. Katie Ebsbury has the 10 points tonight. She leads proceedings for Perth. Alex Sharp has 7 rebounds. Steinel's got 6 as well. For Sydney, Lauren Scherf has 12 points. Annalie Maley, Nat Burton and Alison Schwagmeyer-Belger all have 8 points apiece. And 12 rebounds already racked up by Annalie Maley. 4 of them offensive.
Now, who would have thought these 2 teams are actually the biggest rebounding teams in the league?
They are.
43.6 and Sydney at 41.6.
Yep, ranked 1 and 2 in the competition for rebounds, these sides. There's Bogue near the corner. Maley again, another rebound. Now to Nakasoglu. Does like a 3 and she gets it. All net from Funda Nakasoglu with a big treble.
If you leave her that free, she will knock that down. And that's good to see because she's another one that's been really quiet and needs to probably, try and get herself into the game after having such a big one against them last time. So they're up the floor here, Sydney.
Eisenbarger here for Perth. The Lynx find themselves trailing by 5. 2 minutes to go in the third. Here's Ebsbury, pulls up for 2 and drops it in.
So now they've got the taller Kira Rowe on Ebsbury. Kira Rowe is very sound, really good defensively, and just that little more length and height, but Ebsbury is just so quick. She really is.
Burton works it to Nakasoglu. Gets the screen back as well. Out to Bogue. Tries to heave that one inside, but too many red shirts in the passing lane. Cross court to Ebsbury. Ebsbury goes herself. Eisenbarger was free in the corner, but Ebsbury tried to bite off as much as she could get.
And she drew that well.
Yep.
And we have a number of substitutions for each team. So I'll call around to you as I said. So we're welcoming back Kayla Steinel. We're also welcoming back Alex.
So we've got Ebsbury sitting at 12 points. It's kind of been a real quiet 12 points. So it's not like you're going, oh, she's absolutely starring for that 12 points. But she's getting the job done.
Yeah, just slowly accumulating the points over the course of the match, not going on any huge point-scoring bursts.
No, and that's what I really like about her game, because she manages to get the rest of her team into the game, except for Darcy Yarbin today.
Yeah.
But Burton's doing a great job. You've got to give her credit where it's due.
Bailey. Rowe. Schwagmeyer-Belger. Scherf out to Nakasoglu. Passing it quickly, but running out of time, and they got themselves in a tangle at the ends, the Flames, and now the Lynx down the other end through Sharp, who makes the counter-attack work.
Beautiful passing, and, you know, that she got out of the lane. Clark, awesome. So didn't stay on the same side as Ebzery, so made them split the floor.
Back in the lead, Perth. Another lead change in this match. Now Maley, that was a very flat shot from Manly Maley. Sharp, got a deflection on the way through. Schwagmeyer-Belger takes it back down the other end. Quick end-to-end stuff. Maley couldn't get it to go.
Interestingly enough, so Darcy Garvin is off the floor now, and so is Burton, and I have no doubt that that's just not a coincidence. I think that it is done, like Coach Hibbert's taken out Burton because Garvin's off the floor to keep her fresh. And I bet you Ryan Petrick is hoping that Garvin gets a run on when she comes back in. She's in now, and Burton's back out there.
Oh, what a pass that was. It was a rifle inside to Steindl.
It was a nice step through, just didn't finish off. You wouldn't want to not be expecting that, because that would have put you through the back wall.
The last 10 seconds of the third quarter. Nakasoglu. Sydney looking to get the lead back before the final break, and they can't do it. Chabatoni will have a Hail Mary. Takes out the chairs behind the backboard, behind the baseline. So a 1 point lead. This game has remained close all the way through. 3 points at quarter time, 2 points at half time, and now 1 point lead at quarter time. Are we headed for overtime maybe?
we could do it. Yeah, well, why not?
Yeah.
Let's say overtime. And what else have we got to do?
Absolutely. Well, yeah. 45-44, 1 point lead for the Perth Lynx. How would you break down what we saw in the third quarter there, Michelle?
Look, I still think Burton is that key on Garvin, and both of them coming out of the game at the same time, intentional and coming back in, and I think that will happen for the rest of the game. I'm liking what Ebzery is doing. She's doing really well at getting the rest of her players into the game, so they just need to continue with more of that.
If not, do you want her to stay in flat out blue? Okay, that's fine, but just we got it wrong once involved. So if we're happy to stay with that theory, let's stay with the theory of greening the late, which is going to be blatantly obvious from the bigs. Okay, so we're greening under 8, everything else is in blue. First time down here, I want to be in stack pin. Again, getting Katie to her right-hand side, so just wheeling off same as it gets out of the way. So stack pin here early. Again, in walk-up situations, we're going to stop and run out. We are gone. Layups, threes, fine, strong. Split.
Here we go, red lady. Lynx on 3, 1, 2, 3. Lynx.
So it sounds like he's going to run an isolation overload play on the weak side for Ebzery to go for a score on first time down the floor.
Brayden Hesselhurst has been tuning into Katrina Hibbert at the three-quarter time break as they break up now. Brayden, what was the message from Katrina Hibbert?
Yeah, she was really happy with their defense, actually, keeping them to 45 points after three quarters. Doing a good job on that end. Thought their offense wasn't very good, and said that Annalee Maley really created a lot of their offense with those rebounds and second chance opportunities. So really wanted them to attack the paint and work on their offensive execution in this last quarter, guys.
Thank you, Brayden. Brayden Hesselhurst courtside with us from Townsville Stadium, round number 5 of the Chemist Warehouse WNBL season. It's been great basketball tonight. 1 point the difference as we enter the last. Here's Rowe for Sydney, had it blocked away. And she was making the drive in.
Just came off her hand, yeah, it was a good block, but her hand came down on it. Unfortunate.
Sharp. Ebzery presenting. Go for the long shot. And that rebounds out.
They were very hesitant in their D then, and I think Ebzery could have punished them a little bit more on that.
Mansfield pulls up for 2 and deposits it in for another lead change. 1 point the difference. And now Chabatoni will look to do the same.
Should be disappointed that didn't go down.
Foul is called number 33, Laura Mansfield, their third personal foul. LSG returning to the line.
So they're continuing with Rowe on Ebzery. Not so bad, got a bit of length. I think that's a good move. But it also leaves Mansfield then on Chibatoni, and she should be able to post up. She's got a height difference there and make them pay.
Alison Schwagmeyer-Belger. Good stuff as she makes it in.
I'm not sure where the help D was there.
No.
There should have been some split line.
It was very empty down that end. Chabatoni, long, high looping effort, which goes in.
That's a friendly roll, isn't it, if I've ever seen one?
Takes the Kawhi Leonard bounce 3 or 4 times off the ring. Schwagmeyer-Belger looking to double the dosage. Sherv.
That drive by Schwagmeyer-Belger just looked a little bit forced. She was taking it 1-on-4. I just think they need a bit of better shot selection.
The Perth players combining underneath the cup to get the ball back. Chabatoni. Nice little move, swung the arms around to get the shot away, but couldn't make it go.
She just can't make them fall. That's 2 in a row now down the floor that she hasn't been able to make it fall. But she's going to the line, so she's got the option to score there.
Number 38 is Emma Clark. Number 24 is Emily Maley.
Schwagmeyer-Belger. Mansfield. Pick and roll from Burton. Mansfield goes. Again, it's picked away by Perth. Sharp. Can't spin away free from Maley, and good defense in the end from Annalie Maley. Affected the pass and out of play.
I'm not sure where Sharp was going with that ball right there. A little bit of fancy that was probably not needed. Once again, over dribbling. I hate over dribbling.
Mansfield's.
See, they can sag on defence when Burton gets it outside the 3 because she is not going to take that shot, guaranteed.
Mansfield has to go to the inside. And that's a nice move from Lauren Mansfield. Had to find some avenue and she got it.
She's certainly coming into her own in this 4th quarter.
Chabatoni straight into the corner and drops it in for 3 points. Alex Sharp. Wonderful shot. Gets the maximum.
And that would no doubt be a Sydney timeout. Because you can't leave players that open. It's going to go down.
So keep coming on, setting up your step-up screens. All right, so use Nats in your screen because you're now getting into the game. All right, so good job of changing your angle. All right, and then snaking through and seeing what they're getting. They're daring you to shoot it, so go aggressive at the rim. All right, keep going aggressive at the rim. This possession here, let's run a 21 chase. All right, so 21 chase, so she'll pop it to one of you guards on the wing. Chase her off, okay, get your flare, and then chase into an on-ball, turn a corner, you get the roll on it. If not, we reverse it. See if you can't get a circle through the back door. And then on the rim, hey, let's go. We got let's go. Defense, get it done. Let's go. We are.
It was very vehemently said by Coach Hibbert there. And defense brings it all back to defense, and she's exactly right.
Yeah, really trying to drill it in, Katrina Hibbert.
Yeah, it was a bit scary, really. So those players, you better play D now. Don't know what the repercussions will be. And and as I said before, Burton, they're not respecting her at all near that three-point line, and she's got to make them pay somehow. Exactly what Coach Hibbert said.
Let's see what they do here. The Sydney Uni Flames. There's Mansfield, little crossover moves near the corner. Wasn't able to finish off. Chabatoni down the other end. Almost getting around Scherf, just lost the handle. In over the top for Garvin. Clark's calling for it free in the corner. Instead it goes to Sharp. Shot no good. So Mansfield again. Gets a nice screen from Burton into the paints. Hand on the way through. Scherf with a daring pass to Maley. And now Burton with a long-range attempt goes in.
And that's exactly what Coach Hibbert wanted, except I think she wants it even closer to the basket, wants her to just rip and go, take it to the basket.
17 lead changes in the match. Not including the times it's been level on the scoreboard. So it's been close all the way through, just like it was last time. Back in round number 3. Garvin here under the bucket. Looking to put it in off the glass. That one didn't go either as she found herself swamped by Flames players. Mansfield to Scherf from distance. Bounces out. Maley again underneath. Finds herself picking herself up.
She would need one huge ice bath after every single game. Just her poor body. But they're the type of players that you want on your team. Someone that will put their body on the line to get that win.
Scherf. Spin move for 2. That was good from Lauren Scherf.
She's really impressed me tonight, Lauren Scherf. And Darcy Garvin has struggled to guard her.
Clark. Good rebounds. And Sharp almost.
She's got some hops. That was an awesome rebound.
That was, yeah. She got her hands to it first. Look at this from Alex Sharp. Oh, right over the top of Schwagmeyer-Belger.
I could watch that all day.
Okay, we'll give it to Alison. So that was ball number 32. Alison Schwagmeyer first.
Garvin. Ebzery looking for 3 and makes it count. That's a long dagger from Katie Ebzery.
And when you have your best shooter or one of your best players passing it in from a baseline, generally it is going to them somewhere. It's a play for them.
Sublime shot from the skipper.
See, Burton's got to look at that again from that baseline.
Mansfield into the paint, kicks it out, looking for the 3 in response, and the Flames get it as well. Alison Schwagmeyer-Belger hasn't hit too many of them tonight. Just her second, 13 points. to Schwagmeyer-Belger. Ebzery looking to respond again, and she does with the run around 2.
It's a tough move. She had Burton there, and Burton's pretty long, so she had to put that high on the glass.
Schwagmeyer-Belger now looking for her response. Ooh, just kept it in play. Mansfield with a long 3-point attempt. Not a bad effort.
Double substitution for the Lynx. Number 8, Alex Steele-Tony. Number 5, number 20, Ashley Eisenberg.
And that's a good move, subbing in Chibatoni. I just feel like she can do some damage out there.
So a 3-point difference. Maley. Still plenty of time left in the last. Scherf. Looking for a teammate running by. Instead into the corner, Burton. Missing the 3 look.
And she's done exactly what the coach wanted, so...
Ebzery got it from Sharp. Ebzery, oh, that's a nice move again, driving right to the baseline.
She just turns that corner so hard, and that's what you got to do as you come off a screen. Turn that corner and take it hard.
Difficult move, and she's executed it several times tonight, Katie Ebzery.
And she just looks like she's doing it easily, though. It doesn't look difficult. It doesn't look strained. She just does it easily.
Here she goes again, bursting past Mansfield. Sharp ball from Chabatoni into Garvin, who misses.
I actually think Burton might have got into Garvin's head a little bit here.
Now Schwagmeyer-Belger from 3 points.
I was almost going to say that's not the shot to take, but it is if it goes down.
She hit it a little high as well. That came in off the small square on the backboard.
And I doubt that you called bank, and it doesn't count if you don't call bank. It doesn't. So it's a 2-point game. It could go anyway.
Double substitution for the Flames.
It's been a high-scoring last quarter. 17 points to 13 in favour of the Perth Lynx. The second quarter was 19 to 20. That's been our highest so far. And we've still got 2:47 left on the clock in the last.
And Perth, this is a sin. They've given up 18 offensive boards. They've got 9, but they've given up 18. And you know, that their second chance points that Sydney have had each time.
20 to 12 second chance points for the match in favour of the Sydney Uni Flames.
Oh, wow.
Those boards.
Did she have a hand in the back there as she went for that board?
Speaking of boards though, Perth able to recycle this play. Chabatoni, the big rainbow 3.
So if I was Perth, I'd be putting it into Ebzery's hand. She makes things happen.
Scherf, Schwagmeyer-Belger's almost begging for it. She gets it, drives inside, opens up some space for Scherf, who puts it in.
Oh, hasn't she been good tonight? This is one of the best displays that I've seen Scherf put on this WNBL season, maybe any WNBL season.
Tie game at 63. Lauren Scherf has been phenomenal. 17 points. As Sharp didn't quite make the pass, but still reached Eisenberger looking for the layup. Two teams who are out of the finals race, but this has been one of the better, if not one of the best games for the season. We still have no idea which team is going to win, who has the momentum or what. And the Flames give away the bonus now with that foul. So Perth, in the last 2 minutes, can get some free looks at it. Ooh, that goes in. Lucky from Eisenberger.
And Coach Hibbert made sure that she told them to block out exactly when that shot was going up. Yeah. Not before, not after, exactly.
Nakasoglu has a bit of space to shoot. Scherf will chase it down. Garvin intercepts.
It's a bit of a comedy of errors there.
So a minute 41 left on the clock, 101 seconds to go in this match. And it's just a 2-point game. Perth's win against Adelaide on Sunday by 2 points has been the closest result of the season. Before that, it was Townsville's game against Sydney Uni Flames when Townsville beat the Flames by 3.
Although, do we count the first game that was overtime?
Oh, yeah, true.
But then it blew out a bit after that. But it wasn't overtime, so that was a great way to start the season.
That was so long ago, I've forgotten about it.
I know.
For a condensed season, which is supposedly shorter, that feels like an age ago.
I know. I know. We've played a lot of games since then.
Sharp. Now it's Ebzery. 1 point lead for the Flames. Sits on it for a bit. Now pulls up. Jumper doesn't go. Scherf gets the rebound. Sydney can try and extend it.
So I don't think they want an early shot here.
They'll wind it right down to the end of the shot clock. Nakasoglu decides now is the time to pull the trigger, and Funda Nakasoglu drains it.
And that's what she can do, and there was never a better time for her to come good, Nakasoglu. So 27 points the last time they played each other. Hasn't been quite that good, but you know, if that gets them the win.
Funda Nakasoglu, 3 points. She's only had 6 points for the night. Both of them have been from 3-point range. 3 rebounds as well. So what plays are you drawing up now? 4-point game, Sydney, Perth. 53 seconds left on the clock, Michelle.
So there's still a couple of possessions in this, so they don't need it early, but yeah, Perth want to get the chance to, if they, well, they're going to need to foul because there's 2 shots in it, at least. But, you know, 53 seconds is a very long time in basketball.
Brayden Hesselhurst is with us courtside. I don't know if you're able to eavesdrop anywhere, Brayden, but 53 seconds left. What's the message?
Yeah, basically just to play through Katie Ebzery. Really wants her coming off those staggered screens into dribble handoffs and letting her make the decision either to attack or create for her teammates. I think earlier in the quarter she was able to really dominate coming off those handoffs and get to the rim or create for her teammates, and they seem to go away from that the last couple of minutes. So it'll be interesting to see if Katie can get going here in these last 50 seconds for Perth.
All on the line here. Here is Ebzery. Stutters for a second. Shot clock ticking down, has to go. Katie Ebzery didn't get the shot away in time.
Wow. Okay, and that really hurts, not getting a shot away there. And she knew the time that was on the clock too. She just hesitated too long.
Boy, that's uncharacteristic from Katie Ebzery, just about. Someone who takes almost every chance that comes to her.
So they've got 24 seconds on the clock. So they've still got a chance, Perth, but they've got to get a stop here. They don't need to foul yet. But clearly they want to foul. And if you're going to foul like that, don't let seconds like that come off the clock. If they're going to foul, if that's the decision you've made, foul it straight up. Don't let seconds come off the clock. But there was no need to foul that.
Into the path of Shragmobile, just stolen away by Garber. Now the chance here for Perth. Out to Steindl, looking for 3. It doesn't go. Sharp gets the rebounds. The pass just gets to Garben. Ebzery again for 3 points.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Keeps them alive with 20 seconds to go.
So it's a 1-point game now. So Sydney are just going to hold on to it now, 19.6 seconds. So they really have to foul now. They've got no choice, Perth.
Chemist Warehouse replay of Katie Ebzery. She wasn't hesitating that time. She knew it. So what's the plan from Ryan Petrick? We'll get Brydens' message in just a second, but if you're the coach, if you were Ryan Petrick and in his shoes,
you'll be up in the lanes. They're going to have to foul. I'm not sure, are they in the bonus for fouls? I'm just trying to see here.
No, they're not giving away the bonus.
Not yet.
No.
So,
three fouls for the quarter.
Yeah, so they've still got to foul. They've got no choice, but they've got to foul. Looking like, one, they're going for the ball, and two, not taking seconds off the clock. They need as much time up their sleeve.
Brayden Hesselhurst courtside. What did you hear, Brayden?
Yeah, Coach Ryan Petrick really wants them to try and go for the steal first, said to attack them on the bounce, so watch out for that. And then if they could foul someone, their preference was Alison Swagmeyer-Belger, so be interesting to see if they could get the ball back in her hands when she's inbound on the ball to shoot those free throws, guys.
Only been to the free throw line once, and she's 1 from 2, so Funda Nakasoglu has it. There they go, the Perth Lynx looking for the steal. The hands coming in from all directions.
They were going for the steal. I would have probably fouled, like, you're going for the steal, but you inadvertently get the foul if you don't get the steal.
Trying to get as many stats into the last few seconds of this game as we possibly can. So it's a Gatorade timeout.
So if you're looking to foul, are you trying to, because they're not in the bonus, are they trying to rack up?
Yeah, they need to.
As many fouls as you can.
For sure.
And 12 seconds on the clock.
Well, that's what I would have thought they would have gone for straight up. So normally when you say, I want you to steal it, if you're a coach and you're saying, I want you to steal it, what you mean is, I want you to try and steal it, but foul it if you can't get that steal. So they just let too much time off the clock there, in my belief.
Annalie Maley's got 14 rebounds for the night.
Oh, she's a bit down from her 20 from last time.
It's a bit under par for Annalie Maley. 5 offensive, 9 defensive rebounds, and a couple of scraps at ground level as well. Swagmeyer-Belger, as far as point scoring goes, Swagmeyer-Belger 19, Scherf 17, and Nat Burton 10 for Sydney. For Perth, Ebzery's got 24, and Alex Sharp has 11, but Annalie Maley yet again showing that she's perhaps the best rebounder in the competition.
And she's only 6 foot, and it's just from her effort. Everything comes down to effort.
So here we go, 12 seconds to go, and Perth looking to give away the foul, which they do.
So now they're doing it, which I feel is too late. Well, it's not too late, but they could have had another, how many seconds on the clock? Probably about another 6 seconds on the clock. And Lauren Scherf, she shoots very well from the foul line. It's not really the person you want to foul, but I don't think they had a choice. She shoots from 90.5 from the foul line.
Yeah, flush both of them.
Yeah.
So 3-point game, and this has to be a quick play. I've got 11 seconds. That's enough time, more than enough time to get it up the floor.
Well, I'm assuming
defensive press will be.
Yeah, I'm assuming they'll advance the ball here, and they'll be setting up a play. I'm not sure who their 3-point shooter would be. I guess they're going to have to get it into Ebzery's hands, because I'm assuming you don't really want Darcy Garvin to be taking that shot. She hasn't had a great game, like shooting-wise, been a bit down on form. But I guess if she's free, she can make that. So, look, it's got to go into Ebzery's hands.
Will Sydney look to foul here? Because if they do...
No. If Sydney don't want to foul, because if they're trying to take a 3-pointer now to draw the game, I'm assuming, because if they take it in the key, Sydney just won't foul. Let them have the 2 and they get it back. But if they take the 3, you don't want to foul that, because then they'll go to the line for those 3 shots if it misses. But if it goes down, then they get a 3+1 going to the line. So
not even before a shot is taken.
Yeah. Are they in foul? No, actually, I wouldn't. I wouldn't foul in this situation. I wouldn't foul at all if I was Sydney. You got to bank that your defense is strong enough to stop this. And they know it's going to Ebzery. It's going back to Ebzery here.
So Chabatoni has it. Ebzery makes the move into the corner at the top of the screen. Away to Sharp. She takes the shot for three, and she has just missed. Still time on the clock, but 1.6. That was the shot for Perth.
Done and dusted. I was just seeing what Sharp shot from the three-point line. So she was 1 from 4 at 25%. I just think it would have been better in Ebzery's hand to take that final shot, because she's 37%, 3 from 8.
Wow, that was the moment for Perth. Alex Sharp under pressure as well, as the officials might just be putting the exact time back on the clock. Had Katie Ebzery, had she moved out of the play too much by going to the far side?
Yeah, I think she did, but it actually looked like they ran that play for Sharp.
Yeah.
Because she came off that double screen to take that shot. So that's interesting.
So we wait for the exact time to be put back on the clock. Brayden Hesselhurst courtside. Brayden.
Yeah, just on that point, guys, the play was drawn up for Alex Sharp. It was the same play that Katie Ebzery came off before, but this time ran it for Alex Sharp. So interesting move there from Coach Ryan Petrick, as Michelle said.
So Darcy Garban fouls Lauren Scherf here, and that'll send her to the line. But time has whittled down too much, you'd think now here, Michelle.
Yeah, so they'll end up, she makes both of these, which is a fair chance at shooting at 90% from the free throw line.
Yep.
That's a 5-point game.
Yeah, so they're banking on her missing both, which is unlikely when you're shooting at 90 plus.
I think it's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
And she's had a great game. All credit to...
Oh!
I've been known to be wrong, not very often. But surely not 2. She can't miss 2.
Is the reverse commentator's curse, or? Sure. Oh, misses both of them. They get the rebounds, and that'll be time. The Sydney Uni Flames, for the first time this season, put together a winning streak. A 3-point match in one of the closest results of the season. 71-68. A great finish. There's a lot to dissect from that one in the aftermath as to the plays that were being drawn up and the coaching in the last quarter, the last 2 minutes in particular. But overall, Michelle, 3-point win for the Sydney Uni Flames. And for two teams who haven't got, they don't have finals aspirations now, they're mathematically out of it.
Actually, they might have aspirations, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, they can wish all they want. But that was a good game.
It was, and you know, Lauren Scherf, she was fantastic. But I'm actually going to give this to Nat Burton. I think what she did defensively to Darcy Garban's game is she just was there all the time, and she's so long and lanky, and I just think she made a huge difference, because if Darcy Garban had have gotten hot or actually gotten the ball pretty much at all, it would have been a different result. But yeah, well done to Nat Burton, and I think Lauren Scherf was great. And of course, you know, Alison Schwagmeyer-Belger, she came up with how many points? 19 points for her. So it was a well-rounded win for Sydney, and I think Perth are going to come away quite disappointed with how this has panned out. And you know, they won a 3-game winning streak, and to lose that 4th game to a team like Sydney. When I say a team like Sydney, that's nothing against Sydney, but it's just one of the lower ranked teams. They don't want to do that.
So they have wins against Bendigo 2 times and Perth 2 times this season, the Sydney Uni Flames. And Lauren Scherf was a big part of tonight's win with 19 points and 10 rebounds. And Brayden Hesselhurst has her on the floor in Townsville.
Lauren, a big game from you tonight. Obviously, bit of a different role tonight coming off the bench. What was your approach to tonight's game?
I just knew that, to help my team out, I knew I had to come out aggressive and, without the girls' support and stuff like that and just, being able to get into rhythm and plus the other girls, without them being aggressive to the hoop, it wouldn't have been able to get the win without them.
And impressive on the defensive end, especially against Darcy Garvin, who's been on fire the last couple of games. Speak to us about how important that defensive end was for you guys tonight.
Well, we knew we had to lock down her and Esbury. We knew that the ball mostly goes through their hands, so we knew in order to win the game, we needed to get the ball out of their hands.
Coach Katrina Hibbert spoke to me before the game about how much you guys are still going after 5th place despite your struggles. How do you guys build on tonight's performance?
Yeah, we just take it day by day and we stay positive and united and, this win definitely, will lift our spirits and we just got to go into the next game against Southside and, just give it all we got.
Congratulations on the win tonight. Good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brayden. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren Scherf at the end with 19 points, 10 rebounds, so she gets the double-double plus the 5 assists as well. Makes it a pretty good night for Lauren Scherf after she wasn't even named in the starting 5 at the start of the night for Katrina Hibbert, but a big reason why Sydney come away 3-point winners tonight, Michelle Gubbles.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good result for Sydney, and they just need to look to build on that. Unfortunately, where they're building to is the Flyers on Thursday, which is going to be a tough gig, but they've just got to give it a fair crack, and then they got Adelaide on Sunday, which is their final game. So they've got 2 quite difficult teams, but I think they're going to struggle against Southside, but I think they're a chance against Adelaide.
Yeah, that's a game I'll be looking at definitely to get that win for Perth. Only one more game for them now this season. They take on Canberra on Thursday. How do you reckon, I don't know, what was your breakdown of how Ryan Petrick managed the last quarter? Do you think he did all they could? Because some of the decisions you were saying during the call, you weren't quite sure of in how they strategised that run down the stretch.
Look, I'm not a WNBL coach, and in that time, that fourth quarter, I did question a couple of the things. He may have had other ideas that we don't know, but to me, I thought it could have been managed better.
Chemist Warehouse WNBL highlights here. What was I guess will have to be one of the moments at the end of the match. What was one of the biggest moments of the match, Michelle?
I'm thinking Lauren Scherf coming out banging those threes. Yep. Like that just really hurt, and she hit them all at the right time. So for sure that was for me. And on the Perth side, look, I think Katie Ray Ebzery is just beautiful to watch as a player, and she probably did need the ball in her hand more than she actually did, and I think she had it in her hand a fair bit, but I think she is their leader, and when it's in her hands, they look really good.
All those numbers pretty even there, but the 3-pointers, as we pointed out before, one of the bigger differences for the match. So there you go, 3-point win for the Sydney Uni Flames, just their 4th win of the season. They go to 4-7 now on the table, and they've got 2 games coming up, one against Southside and then Adelaide's, and then Canberra's last game is on Perth's last game is on Thursday against Canberra. So there's still, and we've only just begun round 5, there's still plenty of matches left, plenty of matches that will decide the look, I guess, of the top 4. There's still, as you were going through at halftime, Michelle, all the different permutations, and some of these matches certainly will play a part in that when the top 4 sides get involved, with the Capitals and the Flyers taking to the court over the next 2 days. Yeah,
and I think coming down to Sunday's games where the Caps play Southside and the Boomers play Townsville, like that's going to be very interesting. And look, I'm hoping it doesn't come down to that for the decisions to be made, but it just might. Yep, and then there's the crucial game with Townsville and Melbourne as well taking place on Sunday. So there's a whole bunch of games and still a whole week of basketball still to be played. Michelle, thank you very much tonight. It was a pleasure doing business with you, and a great game to cap off night number 1 of round number 5. It was, and you can't ask for any more. So thank you so much, Jordan. Excellent. On behalf of myself and the team out the back, round 5 just getting underway. Plenty more basketball on the way through the week as we close out the regular season of the WNBL and then into finals from next week. Make sure to grab your tickets. They go on sale tomorrow at WNBL.basketball.
from us and the team here at HQ. Good night.